今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。
1年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。
じゃあ私の家に来る？
行かない。
じゃあ来月は来る？
行かない。テレビで忙しい。来年も行かないよ。Hello everyone and welcome to the not Genki, the Kanji reading lesson 5 live stream. How's it going?
はい、みんなこんにちは。そしてこんばんは。
こんばんは。Did everyone have a good Easter?
はい。
I'm sure you figured out what this picture
ね
is for.
先に言うと私たちはイースターをしていません。
We didn't get to do Easter this year. I don't think we've ever done it in Japan. It's not really a big thing here yet. I'm sure it will be though. You see some things in stores here and there. Dan says, haha, Genki live stream flashbacks. I've been recording reactions to my original live streams or the original videos. So I keep seeing myself saying, good evening everyone and welcome to the Genki lesson 2 live stream. So that was on my mind. Someone was just saying earlier.
そう、その元気リアクションは新しいプロジェクトなんですよね。
Yes, that's a new project. Ne? Is Amanu Nune says, you are why I know so much grammar. Thank you, ToKini and Yuki. Right, Yuki's either a chocoholic or an extreme carnivore.
Extreme carnivore. チョコホリックではないですけど、チョコレート大好きです。
Yuki likes to have chocolate in the house. She doesn't eat it though. I eat it all.
それエブリデイイースターじゃないそれ。チョコレートハンティングしてるんじゃないいつも。
そうだね。Dyeing tamago feels like a fun activity anyone can get behind. I haven't done it in many years, but I do make.
I never have done だよ。
It's not that exciting, but we could try someday. But I make a lot of. あ、そうじゃないんですよ。こうやってやるんじゃない。
嘘。
So I actually make a lot of boiled eggs. And what you do is you take boiled eggs and you dip them in colored water. You put them in. You don't paint them.
そうなの?
You dip it in different colors.
それじゃワンカラーになっちゃうじゃん。
そんなことないよ。
どう
You
やっ
put
て
half in here and then half in here and then another half, well, not halves, like quarters. You dip it in many different colors, different parts.
そうなの?
That's how I did it in preschool.
こういうパターンにならないじゃないですか。
ならない。
マジで
ならない。
このパターンみんなやってないやつこれ。
やってないですね。Everyone's not doing these patterns now. Although I'm sure some people paint them, but that's not how I did it. Andy the Fade looks fresh haircut recently. Yep, yesterday.
そうだったんだ。
Thank you. I just meant because of the munching of the bunny. Yeah, no, I know.
いいな、マンチングバニー。私マンチングバニー
あなたがやってるじゃん。
私
そういう話してるんですよ。ユキがバニーを食べてること。
私マンチングバニーしたことないんですよ。
そんなことないです。嘘です。
嘘。
やったことある。She has. She said she's never eaten one of the bunnies, chocolate bunnies, but she has. She definitely has. We've had a chocolate bunny and she's eaten it.
そのピースね。バイトは。
それはそうだろ。Why do you dip them? I remember in preschool we were dipping the eggs. I don't remember why, but that's what we did it. The vinegar, yeah, colored vinegar, right? I dipped and painted eggs in elementary school.
そうなんだ。カラードビネガーのウォーターを作るってこと？
そうだよ。
そのカラーはどこから来るんですか？
Color. Food coloring.
あ、なるほどね。
そうだね。
なるほどね。
All right, guys. So that is the theme for today's picture. So it's about time to get ready for our kanji quiz for lessons 1 through 4. Before we do that, the legend says I'm about halfway through Genki 2. I don't know if you're still here, legend. Should I start focusing more on reading and listening practice? you're going to find reading very, very difficult even if you're done with Genki 2. But I would say when you're done with Genki 2, it's about time to start spending a little bit more time with reading and listening and stuff. You can do it now. It's not a big deal. But you can wait a little bit too. Either way is fine. The vinegar helps the dye soak into the eggshell. Right. We used to draw with a clear wax crayon so the dye wouldn't affect the patterns you draw. I see. The vinegar helps set the color. I see. All right. Yatta! Quiz no jikan. Quiz no toki. Junbi. Hi. I just realized we gotta first erase this. Goodbye!
イースター終わったわも
Dan got a picture, so.
う。ありがとうございます。
Easter's over.
すぐオーバーさせられる。
Luckily, we have the proof of this wonderful picture in the Discord.
ありがとうございます。
All right,
そう
so
か
for this quiz, as we always do, we will be popping up
はい。
cards
うん。
from our previous lessons. So it'll be the word in kanji, and you have to tell us how it's written. You want to use either hiragana, katakana, or romaji is fine, but you have to write how this word is written. Sayonara!
ねえ、さようなら。
All the memories are coming back, says Kona King. So our first word for today is not very difficult. It's this one.
お
Or is it
ー
very difficult? Two different readings of sun here. And the word does mean Sunday, by the way. So let's see who gets there first, who's caught up.
お、素晴らしい。
Brittany is first. Oh, Atteru. Hey, Brittany is first with Kona King in second, Alex in third, Five-Toed Sloth Bear in fourth, Egao.
う
Ni
ん。笑顔。
Egao in fifth, and
Egao-san.
Morbid Blessing in sixth. Montana Margot is in. Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine. In seventh, with All Good is Amanune. No problem. All right, so that's 7.
はい。
Not so bad.
みんないいですね。
All right, so we'll take that one off and see what we've got next.
ほんと、
どうぞ。
いいですか？
もちろん。
みんなにさ、ライブのさ、ボタンをちゃんと押したか言った方
I'm
が
glad to help that it's been I'm glad to hear that it's been helpful, GSR. We can tell them, but they won't catch up until they're caught up.
はい。じゃあ行きます。
So make sure to hit the live button at the bottom of the screen so you know that you're live. It'll have a little red dot next to it. Hit that and then turn the speed up on the live stream to 1.5 or higher to see to help it catch up to where we really are live.
Hi.
Did you ever pass N1? I did. There's a video about it actually.
はい。
2 videos.
なんとフライング
There's the next word. 2 years ago. I passed N1 2 years ago? Maybe 3? 2 or 3 years ago.
まあただパスするだけじゃなくてコナキングさん惜しい
Close. Not quite. Five-Toed Sloth Bear is in first. With Alex in second. Kona King, there you go, in third. Momamu in fourth. Brittany in fifth. Montana Margot in... Oh, excuse me, you got the number right, but what comes next? I should be saying BBrat100 instead of calling out your actual name. There we go. Montana Margot in fifth with Morbid Blessing in sixth. Not quite. The moon here is not actually gets it when we're talking about months. Not
みんな惜
quite.
しい
Very close, but not quite.
タイプしちゃうからねみんな
Ne. Want to get a good one.
お
Juichi guys, there you go. We got 7th place for Morbid Blessing. We don't have too many exciting words yet, eh? Most of them are just days of the week.
いやいやエキサイティングあるでしょ絶対
ないよ。絶対ない。はい。
ひどいそう
Hi, our next one is Izamanune. Izamanune is in 8th place there. You
はい
ken my name. All good. Okay, sweet.
いいですね
Next is a little bit of a tricky one. I have a feeling at least one person will get this one wrong. That is my guess.
はい。
Brittany is in first place with 5 Salt Bear in second, Momam in third, Kona King in fourth.
みんな
All
早
right,
い。
maybe not so tricky for everyone. Very good.
惜しい。
Oh, Grammy extended that one, but almost. Alex in fifth.
はい。
You want to keep that nice and short. Morbid Blessing is in sixth place there. Very good job. All right.
はい。
Let's go ahead and pull out our next one.
いきますよ。
There you go, Grammy. Seventh place right there. And GSR in eighth. Very good. Thank you for participating, everyone. Appreciate it.
はい。
Okay, let's see what our next one is. Oh, she's laughing at this one. I wonder what it's going to be. Ready? Oh, nice, nice, nice. So this is the word, right? Not the reading. We want the actual word that we learned for this kanji on its own. Just when it's on its own, what's it going to be? That is correct. Brittany's in first with Alex in second. 5 Sloth Bear in third. Is Amanune in fourth. Kona King in fifth. Montana, Margot. Ah, so close. Momam in fifth. Morbid Blessing in sixth. Kanji Pandan in seventh, I believe. And Eizenga, welcome to the stream, in eighth. Very nice. That was fast.
あれ、カムトゥジャパンさんはエースじゃない？
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 本当だ, eighth. Eizenga in ninth. And Montana Margo in 10th place. Very good job. Okay.
はい。
Sweet.
何？
Nani? Alright,
それ
next
な
one is
んだっけ？
mine.
You already died. You already dead.
Nani? あ、多分みんなその日本語知ってると思うよ。
お前はもう死んでいるのやつで
そうそう
すね。
そう。英語がわからないと思う。
そっか。あ、これ
This one is a
は
slightly different reading of that.
そう、トリッキーはですよ。私たちのボキャブラリーにない前回のやつ。前回の。
あ、そうだね。It's an extra one. Alex gets there in first place with Kona King in second, Brittany in third, Firetoed Sloth Bear in fifth, Eizenga 71 in fifth, Morbid Blessing. Not quite. Oh yeah, wait. Everyone's making mistakes there. We've only got I got it. Only it's actually Kona King is in first. Brittany is in second. Montana Margo is in third. Is Amanune is in fourth. Everyone else, there's something wrong with your answers that I missed while reading fast. Egao says, I recently started reading Konbini Ningen as my first light novel, but it's still going slow. While my own translations are close, they aren't always correct. How was it for you when you started reading? Always difficult. It's difficult for everyone. It's like it's a nightmare. Starting with light novels is like is a tall order if that's your first thing reading. Like I generally recommend starting with something much simpler, whether it's graded readers, which maybe you've already done, or books aimed at elementary school students is really good. Alex, you got 5th place there. Sickle got 5th place with Alex in 6th place. Nice.
Hi.
So yeah, something aimed at elementary school students is usually a lot less disheartening and a lot easier to get used to, and it uses a lot of the same words, but with less kanji and more limited vocabulary. So it can be much more beneficial, I feel like. But if you're enjoying it, that's all that really matters. Also, I wouldn't bother with translating. Don't translate. That's going to make life a lot harder on you in the long run. So try not to translate when you're reading. Very good job. All right, let's see what we've got next.
いいね。
5 more words to go.
いきますよ。
はい。
じゃん。
Oh, all right.
この
By the way, the last one was not nangetsu. It was nangatsu. Nangatsu. All right. Eizenga is in first place with Brittany in second. 5 Does Sloth Bear in third. Kona King in fourth. Alex in fifth. Momam in sixth. Sickle in seventh. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Sickle.
いいですね。
Morbid Blessing. That is correct. In eighth, Montana Margo in ninth. And is Amanune in 10th place. Very good job. All right. Can we get 12 people? Juni. Can we get 12 people into the quiz? We'll see.
Oh.
You have 5 seconds to get us to 12. Nah, that's fine. All right, my turn. Hey guys, how's it going, Mr. Anime Alex? Oh, Daniel Dancer's in 11th place. Very nice job.
はい、いいですね。
And Kanji Van Dan gets us to 12 for the number 12. Oh.
やったー。
Let's do this one.
お。
Lots of practice with this first kanji, eh? Brittany is in first with Eizenga in second. Daniel Dancer in third. Kona King in not quite. You got a little guy in there. Sickle in, I believe, fourth. Five Toes Sloth Bear in fifth. Momam in sixth. Morbid Blessing in seventh. Dirk Schwartz, welcome to the stream. But sorry, that little guy there. What you've said is nanyobi is what you've said, but you want it to be a little bit different. Is Amanune not quite? Montana Margo not quite. Not quite. Oh no, the Ime is plotting against me today. Yes, not quite. So, while on its own, this is read as nani. When it's in this word, you have, sorry, it's a bit far away. Nan yo, you can already read that. Nanyobi. Nam. That's not a person, that's a tiny Nanyobi.
Hi. Mr. Anime Alex さんは
Very good job.
できてます。
I'm not sure what place you are there, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Eighth, I think. I think you got eighth. Thanks so much. So now I can understand. I have to get used to typing twice to get in. Yeah, that's a hard one to get that used to. Nanyobi. Nanyobi. That's how a lot of people end up saying it early on. Nanyobi じゃなくて nanyobi. Many people will say it that way. That's why they end up typing it that way. So it's understandable. But you definitely want to say nanyobi. Yeah.
Hi.
All right, let's get Yuki.
そう、何曜日 sounds cute です。
It does sound cute.
はい。おほほ。これは今。
This is now. Now it's this month.
惜しい。
Not quite. Neither one of those is quite right.
アレックスさん。
Hi, Alex is in first with Momam in second. Five Toes Sloth Bear in third. Daniel Dancer in fourth. Montana Margo in fifth. Come to Japan Dan in sixth. Egao in seventh. Hi.
はい、難しいですね。
This is a difficult one. Difficult one. Many people tried, but the only correct answer here is she. Got.
はい。
4月。
4月ですね。
4月. All good, all good, all good. It happens. I think we have about 2 more words in us.
はい、2 more words ね。
I'm just gonna pull one. Oh. All right. Is it this way? Or is it this way? I think it's this way. 4月, yes indeed. Eizenga is in first with Alex in second, Daniel Dancer in third, and Mr. Anime Alex in fourth. Bebrat in fifth, Montana Margo in sixth. Not quite Morbid Blessing is Amanune in seventh, Kona King in eighth, Morbid Blessing in ninth, Dirk Schwartz in 10th, Come to Japan Dan in 11th, Five Toed Sloth Bear in 12th, Momam in 13th, Egao in 14th, Solo Koram, welcome to the stream, in 15th, and Alex Hitori would be correct if we had a person kanji here, but as the word on its own, just ichi. All right. Yeah, my autocorrect brain just killed my original e and ichi. Gotcha. Sorry if my name is hard. Call me Yui, which is my last name. All right, will do. Izamanune. I'm getting used to it. 見ない方がいいよ。ただなんか引っ張り出して。
はい。
Hey!
ランダムだ。
We'll do one more after this. I know this is off topic, but please make more travel vlogs. I have so much fun watching them. We actually have one pretty much edited, but I have to go through and do all of the what do you call them? Subtitles. Woo! Brittany is in first with Eizenga in second, Daniel Dancer in third, Mr. Anime Alex in fourth, Momam in fifth, Dirk Schwartz in sixth, Kona King in seventh, Morbid Blessing in eighth, Montana Margo, I'll count that, in ninth, Alex in 10th, is Amanune in 11th, Greggles, welcome to the stream, in 12th, Solo Karam in 13th. I keep getting third. Still pretty good. Come to Japan is talking about Santa in, we'll give him 14th. Why not? All right, very good. We'll have one more word before we get into today's main content. Oh, there's Coming to Japan. Five Toes Left Bear in 15th place.
いいですね。
Ooh.
イングリッシュ漢字が出てる。
Remember, this is the word, not the reading. You just want the word for this. We've seen it many times today already, but on its own, when it's talking about the moon, what might it be?
Oh!
The stinky ginkgo tree. We'll have to keep doing that. Sorry. 花粉症. Seasonal allergies. Brittany is in first with Ezenga in second. Alex in third. Not quite, Momam. Kona King in fourth. Momam in fifth. Mr. Anime Alex in sixth. Greggles in seventh. Daniel Dancer. Not quite. Preston Davis, welcome to the stream, in eighth. Montana Margot, not quite. Dirk Schwartz in ninth. Daniel Dancer in 10th place. That is correct. Egao in 11th. Morbid Blessing in 12th. Montana Margot in 13th. Very good.
いいですね。
Solo Karam in 14th.
はい。
Nice.
いいですね。
There were 14 different moon emoji to cycle through before it gave me katakana. Yeah, it'll take a while to get there. Most people don't write it in katakana. I don't have any light... and Five Toes Lost Bear in 14th or 15th? I don't have any light novel recommendations for N2, N3, unfortunately, because I don't really read light novels. I don't think I've ever actually read a light novel. So it's hard for me to give a recommendation. Does that mean there are none? That would be great. No, but like I said, for N3, N2, I tend to recommend books aimed at elementary school students. One I really like these days is the Tsurubara Mura series. Tsurubara. Mura. It's written in I think it's written in hiragana, the name. Tsurubara Mura is very good. Also, I'm working on a series that is going to be covering the Harinezumi no Ruchika, which I think is also very good for that grade level. Two very good series. There's a couple that aren't available, that are only available in like paperback, which is hard for me to recommend because they're very hard for anyone outside of Japan to get. But yeah, light novels, I've never read a light novel, so I don't have any to recommend. And also I find that they're a bit too difficult for people in N3, N2, for like your average person, someone who is okay with having to look up every single word that they run into. That's fine, but a lot of people aren't, so I tend to recommend stuff that's easier than that. A light novel is different from a regular novel in that usually the topic, the topics are much more light than a regular novel, I guess. They're usually more like written in like a, what would you say, like a, it's like anime stuff is anime. I'm not really sure. Thanks so much for the gift, Solo Koram. And congratulations to Dirk. You are now a member. Thank you so much. What would you say the difference between a regular novel and a light novel is, Yuki?
最近、あんまり私ね、本も読まないから本も読まないから何とも言えないんですけど、確かにライトノベルの方がもうちょっと現代的、アニメ的で、すごくセリフとかもカジュアル。
Right, yeah. So light novels, generally speaking, what she said is she doesn't really read them either, but they're much more like modern, and the dialogue and stuff is much more casual, very casual and up to date. A lot of animes are based on light novels. Yeah. So light novel does not mean easier than a normal novel. They're not any easier to read than your average normal novel. In fact, I find the light novels a lot of times more difficult when I've started reading a couple, a little more difficult than a regular novel, because a lot of times they're using like lots of katakana English that is only only someone who plays an MMO in Japanese would know. There's a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of isekai and things like that, so people going into separate worlds, and there's a lot of like vocabulary that is very specific to that world, so it can be a little bit difficult to get into at first, just because the vocabulary is specific to stuff like that.
アンディさ、 あれ竜のドラゴンの娘のやつ見てるじゃん、読んでるじゃないですか。
竜が読んだ娘。
あ、それそれ、
はい、
それと、
うん、
今読んでるさ、ブラックキャットの小説版、あれなんか違うなって思う？
Definitely completely different. So one light novel I have read before is the Black Cat novelization. Black Cat is a manga that I read, and I've started the light novel, like a couple times. I've only gotten like halfway through it because I always end up reading something different. The difference is straight up that it's more action based. There's less like the writing style is definitely a little bit more, like you said, more modern and more casual.
なんかその
But not easier in any sense or way or shape or form than a normal novel.
はいはい。そのエクスプレッションの仕方とかはなんか普通の小説だと教科書に出てくる漢字とか、その難しい表現とかがあると思うんですけど、ライトノベルはそういうのはない？本当に友達と話して、
いや、あるにはあると思うんだけど、
結構その友達と話してるとかモダンな表現で、
right.
カ
More
ジュア
casual.
ル
It's more
な
casual.
感じ。
I wouldn't say easier. I'd say more casual. So, and in some ways that can be harder.
アニメとかたくさん見てて、そういうモダンなそのジャパニーズのカジュアルな表現が結構わかるのであれば、ライトノベルは読んでも面白いと思うんですよ。そのクマクマクマベアみたいなのは
Yeah, that one is
人気あったじゃないですか。
that one was specifically like super simply written. Kuma Kuma Bea.
そうなんだ。
That's why many people would recommend that to beginners because it was so simple. Like even the writing style was super simple. So but yeah. If you don't know the reading, you need to have some kind of device to write it in. If you at least know the radicals and you have a paper dictionary, you can look up by radical. But if you don't, then writing it into a dictionary or a phone or something is the best way to look stuff up. Is there a place to speak besides Japanese with people as a beginner? I'm not sure. You could use things like iTalki. Lots of online lessons and places to chat with people. Some people use, what is that, Omegle or something? Stuff like that.
新しいやつそれ。
Writing it in was a game changer. Yeah. I use VR chat to talk to people. That works. Andy or Yuki, do you have a job except from YouTube? No. I mean, our website is our main job.
はい。
More than YouTube. The website, ToKiniAndy.com. That's where most of our time is spent working on that. All right. So I think...
Speaking of... ちょっともうアドバタイズに入るんですけど。
あ、もう言う？いいよ。
Speaking of、私たちのウェブサイト。
はい。Speaking of the website, Yuki said.
私
Today is the release of the spring wallpaper. So you can use this for your smartphones or, yeah, mostly a smartphone cover, right? Oh, look at that. You can see the this trying to detect my face over and over and over again. That's wild. You can't actually see that in reality. That's kind of scary.
怖いね。
Anyway, yeah. For the new smartphone wallpaper for spring is released. So if you're going to be released after this live stream. So if you're a member of ToKiniAndy.com, make sure to check out the little drop-down menu up by your picture. And you can get a hold of this. Ooh, it's going to be raining a little bit. Check this out. I can just press that button. And now I'm in the dictionary, ready to look something up. Cow. Yay. Welcome to the the ToKini Super Senpuki. Solomochi, thank you very much. Appreciate that. You can also take photos on iPhone, and most times you copy the kanji into an online dictionary. Yeah, that can help as well. Where do you find these dictionaries? I think you called them paper dictionaries. Indeed. What is the website? I kind of forgot. ToKiniAndy.com. ToKiniAndy.com.
はい。
What dictionary app do you use? I use the dictionary app on iOS, and I purchased the dictionaries on it, native Japanese dictionaries. One is aimed at elementary school students, and one is an adult one. And I use the NHK pitch accent dictionary, and I use a few different kanji dictionaries. But from here, I guess you can't actually get to them because this is just a search. Here we go. These are the dictionaries that I use on my dictionary app. Okay.
はい。
かわいゆきさん、ありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。そう、今日からダウンロードできます。ライブストリームが終わったらリリースします。
Yeah, so we'll be putting that out as soon as we're done with the live stream. I was thinking it was, I used it I just use Jisho, really like it because it works on any device since it's a website. Yeah, that can work. But when you get to a certain point, I'd say around N2, it's best to try and to stop using English dictionaries, Japanese to English dictionaries, around N2, right? Before that, it's kind of difficult. But around there, like a dictionary aimed at elementary school students is going to make your life a lot easier because you'll start to actually learn what the words really mean as opposed to what one of their translations into English might be, which usually at that point starts to be more, it makes your life harder when you get past that point. I wish I would have started earlier, but not too much earlier. Like N2 level or so is when you should probably start trying to use a native Japanese dictionary. What textbook or workbook should I use? But until then, Jisho is fine, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Textbooks, you can just start reading at N3 or N2, or you can use Quartet, which is what we've used. All right, guys, let's go ahead and start getting into today's lesson. Our first word, I'm going to play the video first, and we'll see what the first set of words is. Let's go ahead and see. 今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月の。
All right, so the first one was?
はい、今からテレビを見る。
今からテレビを見る。So, I'm going to try and write the kanji 今。
はいはいはい。緑でいい？
緑でいいかな？
はい。
And Yuki will destroy it. She'll hopefully give me some advice, and then we'll try and write it with the brush pen as well. Hey. I usually just do a single line, but I have a feeling you're going to do a dot.
はい。
まあ。
バランスがいいです。
ありがとうございます。
はい、
She said the
いい
balance
感
is
じ
good.
です。あと気持ちアップもできています。
イェーイ。
ここは払いの方が良かったかな。
払いなんだ。
はい。こっちも払いの方が良かったかな。
Okay.
はい。じゃあ書いていきます。
So she's saying I should have swept those out. Aha. So more of a foo, eh?
そう。
That makes sense.
まあ、ラと言ってもいいでしょうか。
そうだね。Okay. Let's see if I can try that again.
はい。私はよく見ていますからね。
見てないけどね。
よく見ていますからね。
まあ。
あ、いいね、いいね。
Yuki Jira. Can I have you move over just a little bit?
すいません。
Okay. There we go.
はい。
Hey, okay. We can push you over there. Okay.
いい
Sweet.
です。
All right. So that's not so bad. So let's go ahead and get out Yuki's version of the worksheet and see what her ima looks like on there. You have it over there, huh?
はい。これ邪魔じゃん、これ。消すわ。
So it's oh well. Goodbye, Yukizilla. Ah.
Hi.
Now I like to practice with this this fude pen, as we call it. You do not need to use these, of course. You can just use a regular pen. Hopefully you're practicing along with us today. But this is much harder for me, so I'm practicing with this.
はい。じゃあ書いていきます。
はい。
はい、
Okay.
どうでしょう。
今からテレビを見る。
はい。今からテレビを見ますからね。
見ないけどね。All right, it's been a couple of weeks since I've used this pen, so this should be terrible. I use a fountain pen to write Japanese and other stuff. I bought a bamboo brush to experiment with calligraphy. Spoiler, it did not magically make me instantly better at writing kanji. すごい says Daniel Dancer. 今からテレビを見る. ToKini, welcome to the stream. Or you might have been here before, I can't remember. All right,
はい、よう
here
こ
we
そ。
go. Let's see if I can mess this one up. Way too short.
おや、
Ah.
大丈夫ですよ。読める。
読める。ありがとう。Let's
読
try
め
that
ま
again.
す。
Ooh, that gets fat.
なるほど。
はい。
はい。
The proportions WW. こんにちは、Dave. Welcome to the stream.
ようこそ。じゃあ少し赤ペンちゃんを持ってきますね。赤ペンちゃんを。
持ってくるの？
赤ペンちゃんが出てしまいます。
Oh, Yuki's getting her red pen. Uh-oh. Writing ima with a pen is usually fine, but this is a little bit more difficult. Two Alexes, there might be three.
ね、ちょっと見ていきますね。このどちらが良くないか。
はい。
まずこれでいくとこのボックスがね、
細長いよね。
これじゃ。
My box is too long.
そうそう。これが例えばなんですけど、この四角いボックスがあったら、
はい。
ちょっと斜めたわ。この上のパーツ、この上のパーツに、こういうのが来てほしいじゃないですか。はいはいはい。で、ここの下のパーツは、ちょっとこの真ん中ら辺からラのこの一本を引いて、こういう風に書くと、まあ、この中にきれいに収まるかな。
Okay, okay.
このラが多分ちょっとでかすぎる。
It's way too far up above.
そうそう、負がちょっと大きすぎるかなと。
はい。
はい、ありがとうございます。
Let's give that another shot.
はい、頑張ってみてください。
頑張ります。まあまあ。
結構いいんじゃない？
Okay. It's a little better.
はい。いいと思います。
ありがとうございます。
はい。
Alright, so that's 今。今 means, of course, now. 今から from now, テレビを見る。I'm going to watch television.
はい。
Alright, so let's go ahead and see what our next word is going to be. We'll go through the skit. 今からテレビを見る。
おー。今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。Alright, these live experiences are unbelievably valuable, says Morbid Blessing. Thank you so much, Morbid Blessing. I appreciate that. Thank you.
ありがとう。
Thank you. That donation might go for getting us a new whiteboard because this one's getting a little dirty. Thank you so much.
最近書きすぎてこの辺がね。
So it's getting a little bit. We're unable to get rid of this. So maybe a new whiteboard. Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
All right. So our next word is, of course, as you just heard.
はい。お
いいよ。
今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今月 so this month 今月 so that means we have the kanji we just learned 今 and moon. So lots of practice with moon lately, eh? So I'll start from up here. I can get another chance.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you so much.
うんうん。
こん。あ
いいよ。
あ。
はい。
まあ、今月。Oh, look at that. Look at that line and how far over it is. まあ、let's go ahead and see Yuki's.
はい。じゃあ、結構いい感じにかけてますよ。いいよ。
YouTube only takes 30% actually. But then Apple takes a bunch more. Apple takes 20%. If you're directly within YouTube with it, then Apple doesn't take anything, I think. Obviously, because it's not Apple. So on a computer or something. But YouTube doesn't take that much.
はい。どうでしょうか。
Right. Regardless, thank you so much. Okay, so my ra is still quite large here, eh?
そうですね。
And my
そう。
lineup could be a little bit better.
今っていう感じ
はい
のバランスがちょっと難しいと思うんですけど。
You're making this quite big, eh? The roof?
うんうんうん。
The person roof? And then this is kind of up inside, ね。
そうだね。
で、this is not too much bigger.
うん。
みたいな感じですかね。
いい感じ、いい感じ。結構いいです。
今で、right here.
うん。
Still a little bit to the left, but okay.
そうね。
今 is a little bit better.
このまっすぐ下に書く
うん。
ティップとしてはですね。
pull the elbow ね。あ
この2つ、この
あー、
ここ
はいはいはい
がちょっとずれちゃうじゃないですか、
はいはいはい
これが例えばなんだけど、このだいたいこれがさ、そのこういう感じのラインになっているとしたら、
はい
ここは真ん中じゃない？このこういうのがあって、こういう風になってるから、そうするとこれさ、ムーンがさ、こんなにここにさ来るとしたら、超こっち側に書いちゃってることになるじゃないですか。この辺から始められたら、このラインね。
はい、見てますよ。はい。
たらこっち側に行き過ぎない。こっち側に行かない。
はい。そう。とにかく元左か右から始めろってことね。
1個目の、その1個目の漢字のこのボックスの位置をちょっと意識してみると、このボックスの真ん中の点が下のところの真ん中の点にも来るっていう風に考えると、見えないんだけどね。
見えない。全く見えないんだけど
見えないんだけど、この辺がだいたい真ん中に来そうかなっていうところを
Much easier said than done. She said try and make sure that the middle of the second kanji comes in the middle. それはね、
ちょっと難しいよね。
やりたいっすね。The real answer is just practice more. More practice. It would be helpful to have the boxes as well. If you're writing with the boxes.
最初はこのさ、ラインがある、紙で書けばいいんだよね。
そう。Writing on paper with lines will be the best way to get used to that for sure. はい。
ごめん、難しいこと言っちゃって。ごめん。
全然 OK. はい。Let's go ahead and go on to the actual paper with the boxes that are together.
ごめんね、難しかったね。今のちょっとカットでお願いします。
カットはできません。はい。 So this is much easier, obviously, if you actually got the boxes.
そう、これね、ボックスがね、いつもあればいいんだけど、そうじゃない時が多いから。
はい。
もっと練習
することですよね。
本当。
The real answer is that.
ご
The
めん
real
ね。
answer is
頑張
that.
ってみてください。
Practice more. はい。
はい。
Thank you, by the way, Solo Mochi, for that one gift that you sent to Brittany. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Will you have a 2K sub special, Andy? I should. It's coming soon. Although things are slowing down quite a bit, so it's still a couple months off. Very nice. 今月。ありがとうございます。All right. I struggled with last week or 2 weeks ago, so this should be fun. ちょっとだけ。はい。あ、失礼。すいません。All right, let's see how I can pull this off. ToKini, can we do more relaxed lives where we chat and talk? Of course. We've done those before. Although not having a theme can be a little bit stressful.
そう、雪白がいるからね、ストレスフォーなんですよ。
それじゃないよ。フリーのやつね。
あ、フリートークのやつか。
そうそうそう。
いい、上手、いい。
better ね。
うん、すごいベタ、すごいベタ。
Oh, that's fat.
month is a little bit 悪くないです。
The way she writes kanji ね。
どれ
The way you write kanji is immaculate, not me.
ありがとうございます。
でも I think my ima was not bad. Yuki-san, maybe next live we have you speak English? そう。
ねえ、それいつも
We always talk about that.
そう。Every time someone say that, but
every time we mention that we have to get, what was it? Someone said that if we get $1,000 goal in donations, then maybe Yuki will speak English in a live stream. Someone else said that. That wasn't my idea.
でもさ、who's gonna become an ALT now ですよ。
Who's gonna become the ALT? そう。俺?
ね。
So I have to speak Japanese and she speaks English? It could be fun. Maybe we'll try it someday.
でもね、そのエクスプレッション難しいからね。
そうだね。
特にさ、クイズの時、私大変じゃん。みんなこの first becoming a 何々。
I could do it in Japanese.
あ、本当?
Maybe. We've done the full Japanese live stream. But all right, so let's go on to the next section. We'll play the skit.
はい。
今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。All right. Let's have Yuki read it one time.
はい。今年は面白いテレビがない。
はい。So this year, 今年。So we've got more chances to practice 今。I love how people are saying すごい。原稿用紙 paper is really helpful for practicing writing, but I still use tons of pages before I see improvements. Oh, 100%.
ね、そう、原稿用紙私もすごく使いました。結構いいよ、ね、すごい良くなってる。もう今日のこの10分のうちにすごい、改善を感じます。
It's got much better. I think he really likes it, Brittany. He just is picky, maybe. All right, this one I'm gonna have struggles with. 合ってるよね。
合ってます。
こっちから。
間違えてます。
間違えてる
間違えています。
ん
間違えたと思います。うん、間違えています。間違えています。
そうなの
間違えています。
そうなの
ねえねえ、間違えてるよ。書き直してください。
OK。はい。
厳しいね。雪じらマジ厳しい。
はい、間違えたよ、みんな。
うん。
はいはい、ちょっと待って。大丈夫でしょ
オッケーオッケーオッケー。
ここから、ここ。way too big, but
はい。
どうですか超でかいけど。
ストロー
Stroke
クオー
order
ダーが
violation. はい。I always want
は
to
い
write this one first.
そう、ここね、これじゃない。1、2。
Let me attempt to go a little bit
そ
smaller.
う、ここが3
そう
番で。
はい。
はい。
すいませんでした。失礼いたしました。One more time.
マイナス1日本人ポイントになっちゃった。
そうだね。I'm making this too big again.
そっか。
But
こ
it's
こ
fine.
がないと、ここをどうすればいいのか分かんないんだね。こ
どういうこ
のアンディがさ、この下を先に書いてたから、これをちっちゃくできたけど、
はいはいはい。
こっちから書くと、なんかどうすればいいのか分からなくて。
いや、そうじゃないけど、ちょっとユキのやつ見てみましょう。
じゃあ私書いていきます。それでちょっと違いを見てみようね。
It should be konnen. That'd be nice. Is that really a thing in Japan? Stroke order violation? No. Well, no and yes and no. In school, you'll get marked wrong if you do it in the wrong order for sure, 100%. And on the tests for kanji, the kanji test, kanken. Oh, you're keeping them both the same length. Interesting. Naruhodo. I always thought this was bigger. You will get marked wrong if you get the stroke order wrong. For me, ToKini, I use the strokes as visuals. Might be weird, but works for me. Yeah. I've done that a lot too. Okay, so you're making that the same size. Kore harai?
払っても止めてもいいと思うんですけど。いいよ。
Okay, this should probably be coming up a little bit. But a little bit better, eh? I think this is one of the hardest to write and keep balanced, honestly, says Kono King. Stroke 2 and 3 are the same? Wow. Yeah, no, I didn't realize that either.
そうちょっと本当はね、厳しく言うと、
if she's being really
ここがちょっと長いかも。
So she's saying if she's being really strict, this is probably supposed to be a little bit longer. But just a little.
いや、長いかな。
Yeah, maybe not. This does look correct. Definitely looks correct. And it makes it a lot easier if you just keep them the same length, eh?
そう。ちょっと待って。お手本見てみるわ。久しぶりに。
Okay, that's better. There are many kanjis that are painfully hard to write, says Amanune, but I somehow find a way. Of course. You always have to. Oh, yeah, they look about the same, although it looks like you do start out to the left a little bit. Little bit more. And then this one's actually shorter.
やっぱり
This one's actually shorter than this top one, but you start out more on the left. So more below the tail of the knot. But that's good enough, eh? It does look like harai だよね。
あ、そうだ。does look like harai だ、ほんと。
The ultimate nemesis, eh?
そうですね。
Difficult one. はい。But that's okay. We can get that right on the actual pen one. Yeah, the more you do it, Morbid Blessing, the less painful it becomes, for sure. 100%. I feel that way as well on this. Like, the more you do it, the easier it gets, even with weeks off. Welcome to the stream, Omaruto.
はい。はい。じゃあ書いていきたいと思います。
That is the difficult part, Mood Maze, for sure. I feel like stroke order is one of those things that Wanikani has really helped me learn. When you know the radicals, it makes a stroke order easier. Not easy, for sure. はじめまして。
姿勢が悪すぎかこれ。
姿勢悪すぎる問題。うん。いいですよ。Kanji like that where the strokes are so different from the norm are a double-edged sword because it's more salient when you try to recall it, but so much harder to write. Kirei. Ah, that little ender. The end got messy.
最後がふにゃふにゃってしてしまいました。ふにゃふにゃってしてしまいましたが。
ふにゃってしてしまいました。Okay. Even though she sort of messed up at the end there's no way I'm going to make it look that nice. So anyway, some people, for some reason to remember people's names, I use Japanese sounding words. Sometimes it works or sometimes it doesn't and makes people angry. I'm terrible at remembering people's names, so I understand.
Mm. いい。今ね、上手に書けるようになったよ。
ありがとうございます。Well, that wasn't very straight. My line got messy too. I was doing okay until that last line.
結構良い感じに書けています。
まあま
あ。最初にそのホワイトボードで書いた時よりも、
そうだね。
バランスが良いと思います。
Definitely better than the last time on the board. I feel like some of these are easier to write large. You know what I mean, guys? Write it nice and big. I feel like it gets easier. But I'm not sure, maybe not.
いやでもバランスが取りやすければそれでいいんだよ。
そうだね。
はい。あ、いいですね。いい感じ。
bit too tall, but not terrible.
でも最後のそのまっすぐのストレートラインはすごくいい感じでした。綺麗に書けてると思います。
ありがとうございます。
はい。
晩ご飯の時間だ。バイバイ。See you later, Brittany. Thanks for hanging out.
ありがとうございます。
日本に住みたい人に何かアドバイスがありますか？ I suggest finding work before you come here is probably a good idea.
そうか、それの方が easy to get the visa だよ。
It'll be much easier. So if you want to be an English teacher, life will be easy. If you don't want to be an English teacher, it'll be a little bit more difficult. But if you don't care about salary and stuff, you can nowadays you can work at convenience stores and there's all kinds of things you could do. But the main thing is just to research the type of job you want to do and what it takes to get the visa and then work on that. I want to be a 3D animator. That's going to be tough. It doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just that it's very hard to get jobs that Japanese people want.
でも
Because companies need to prove that they need a foreign worker to do the job and that a Japanese person couldn't do it. So it's much more difficult. It's not impossible. It's just much more difficult. So just something to keep in mind.
そういう外国人でも全然 OK みたいなそういう人をハイアリングしてる会社だったらいいと思うんですよ。そういう会社を
hiring those type of people. Like if you were to work at a company that's an American-based company that has an office in Japan or something, that kind of stuff can be helpful. And if it's if a 3D animators are in high demand and there's not many people that do it in Japan, then it's much easier as well. If there's a lot of Japanese people that want to be 3D animators and there's a lot of competition here, that makes it harder. Not impossible. Just you have to research it.
はい。あ、スキット見るの？
So I have a degree in biomedical sciences. What are my options? Ooh. You could be a researcher. There's lots of non-native researchers in universities. So that's something that is actually quite possible. All right, let's go ahead and see the skit for our next part. 今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。1
年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。Alright, so our next sentence is?
はい。1年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。Alright, so
はい。
our next word is 1年. So that's going to be pretty easy because it's just one and year. So we've practiced year a bunch already, so maybe this won't be too bad. Shadowed sun. I like that emoji. All right.
かわいい。いいですね。
I went way too far up there, but okay, whatever. We'll just keep going. When writing on the whiteboard, my toshi, nen, becomes way too big. But okay.
でもいいよ。いい感じ。
Still having a hard time keeping it straight. It could be because I'm at an angle to the board, but that might be part of the difficulty.
ありえる。はい。結構いい感じに書けています。
This is such a sad story. Rigging might be possible. How many kanji should you learn before diving into manga comfortably? I don't want to look up every word. Manga's difficulty is not kanji. Beautiful. Very nice balance. The difficulty with manga is not kanji. The difficulty with manga is casualness. Manga has a ton, usually most manga, except for ones aimed at adults, which they're, probably aren't the ones that most people are super interested in, have furigana. So the kanji is never the issue. What the issue is that people really struggle with. Vocabulary, of course, is tough in the beginning. It's always going to be tough. You're going to just have to accept that. It's the colloquialization of grammar. So using very, very conversational, short forms of grammar that you'll never be able to find in a textbook or in a grammar dictionary because they don't list the super casual spoken versions of grammar. So figuring out what on earth the grammar is that you're reading is very, very difficult when you're reading manga at first. A lot of manga. Not all of it, but most of it, because they're using conversational, colloquial versions of grammar. Like, 今日は今日食べてんだとか
そうだね。
食べてんだ like using てんだ instead of ているんだ completely replacing words within grammars that work conversationally, and if you were native you'd have no problem with it because you used it as a child, but actually reading it as a learner it's like, huh? And yeah, of course, words.
あと、てしまうは結構。
てしまうね。
何々しちゃうから、しちまう。
That one's not so bad because I taught that in our てしまう lesson. I taught ちゃう。
だけどその後さ、漫画だとさ、何しちまったとか。
We've taught that. I don't know if Genki's taught it, but imagine there was a Genki 4th edition. Andy would be very tired. It'd give me an excuse to do it all over again, although I'd rather do my own textbook next. All right, so let's get out the next paper for Yuki.
はい、書いていきます。
お願いします。Do I need to be from an English-speaking country? You used to have to be, but since the yen became weaker, you know, companies don't really require you to be even a native English speaker. So it's much easier to get a job in English teaching now than it used to be.
どうでしょう。
Very nice.
ありがとうございます。
I'm gonna copy her homework. Get my pen out, but you need a bachelor's note. Yes, that is one thing you do need. You do need to have a bachelor's degree. All right.
はい。
Let's see if I can get the 1 down. 1 is always a little bit difficult, honestly.
素晴らしい。
Got
いい
it.
です。
That's fatter than I wanted it to be.
大丈夫だよ。
That's also lower than I wanted it to be.
大丈夫です。
For no kimochi up. And
Yeah.
that's way too fat. But
結構いい。
it could be worse.
うん。あのね、
はい。
最後のその縦棒を書いた後の1
はい。
は長い方がいいですね。
そうだね。やっ
ここですね。長い方がいいですね。はい。
ふにゃふにゃふにゃふにゃ。はい。
はい。
We'll get that. I still have a hard time doing straight lines.
そう、ストレートラインは
with
すごい
this.
難しいです。
I've never taken the JLPT. I'm just learning Japanese for fun. はい。
はい。
下手な感じ。そうだよね。本当に。しょうがないね。
失礼しました。本当。
いや、俺はね、Yuki's kanji is beautiful.
本当かな。
俺のやつより良い。My daughter is in the 3rd year of teaching in the JET program, and she is now looking for a different job. JET can be really fun, and it can be hard to find a job that's as enjoyable after you're finished, but it's certainly possible. If you can get a job directly with a city in their ALT, in their schools, that's going to be your best bet. Andy's textbook will overthrow Genki for sure. We'll see. No videos do as good as my Genki videos, so it's hard to really beat a textbook that sold over 1 million copies. So it's an upward battle, but it is something I want to do. All right, our next sentence. Let's go. 今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。
1年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。
じゃあ私の家に来る？
行かない。
Alright,
our next sentence is
じゃあ私の家に来る？
来る? Ooh, that's gonna be a fun one. And then of course he says 行かない。Okay.
はい。
来る?
そう、来る?
She's not watching me write it, so I can do whatever I want.
失礼しました。
She doesn't even know if I did it in the right order.
やばい。ちょっと巻き戻して。
無理。All right, let's see if she writes it and if I wrote it in the right order. We'll see what she does.
しまった。私の次の紙がないと思って。それか。これだったわ。はい、大丈夫でした。ありました。
そう。
失礼しました。
すいま
せん。るも書いた方がわかりやすい？まあいいか。
とりあえず just the kanji is fine.
はい。アンディがどんな風に書いてたか全然わかりませんが、私も書きます。すいません。
Okay, I wrote it correctly, guys. Sweet. Yay, I was correct. My dots could be a little bit better. This looks like a ninja or something to me. This is his mouth down here.
なるほど。
Okay, I was correct. I just could have these dots be a little bit more stylish.
スタイリッシュね。
So like straight up and down, and then this one's a no backwards like that. That's a little bit.
いい感じ、いい感じ。はいはいはいはい。
まあ、
いい。いい。
not so bad, eh?
すごいいい感じに書けてると思います。このね、入りがまずね、こうグッと、こういうグッと、これ。
ありがとう。
こういう感じグッと。
うんうんうんうん。
ここもなんかいい感じ。
イエーイ。
一回止まってからこの入る、このスタイル、いい感じです。いい。
So someone asks, is there much merit in learning stroke order if you're not living in Japan? Mr. Anime Alex says, nope. The merit is in doing things properly. If you're going to put in the effort to do something, do it well. Shadowed Sun said, is that the I in ikimasu? This is the ku in kuru. And the other word was that. Japanese people don't even know how to write kanji down. That's not true, actually, but some people forget how to write a lot of things. I tried to work in animation in the US, but unfortunately I couldn't find anything. Okay. It's mostly just a flex. No, that's not true. So most Japanese people do know how to write kanji. They forget a lot of the more difficult kanji, like what the actual, how should I put it? What the actual parts are. Like people will forget a lot of kanji that they haven't written in a long time. But if you ask a Japanese person to write this, of course they're going to know the correct order for it. And with a simpler kanji, the stroke order doesn't necessarily make a huge difference. Like if you were to write the number 2 and do the bottom one first, it's not going to make a huge difference in what it looks like. Although it can. And where it gets really important is when you're writing fast, the stroke order actually will have a huge effect on what it's going to look like, because a lot of things are like connected. So you're coming down, like your pen might be, like that. In the number 2, obviously, it's not super obvious. But as kanji get more complicated, the stroke order will have a big effect on where the connecting lines are. So when you're writing at a high speed, like a native Japanese person, the stroke order can make the kanji look completely different than what it's supposed to, and people can tell what kanji it is just based on the order of strokes that were shown that are like on the paper. Furthermore, if you're looking up kanji on like this, like if you look at this, if you do this stroke order incorrectly and you're writing this quickly, nobody's going to be able to read that. Furthermore, if you're looking up kanji in a dictionary while you're learning Japanese, and you need to write the kanji because you don't actually know how to read it, and you need to write it on the phone to figure out, to get it to come up in the dictionary, it won't come up if you do the wrong stroke order. Phones just aren't that good at picking up what kanji you're trying to write. Just because you wrote it perfectly, like the view of it, if your stroke order is wrong, that's what the phone looks for. So your phone will only, if you know the stroke order of each part and you can put them together correctly, that will bring up the kanji for you in the dictionary. If you write them incorrectly, it's not going to come up for you in the dictionary. So there's a million reasons why it's a good idea to try and learn the correct stroke order. Is it absolutely necessary? No. But will a Japanese person point it out to you if they see you writing it wrong? Yes, they will. And will it make your life easier when you're reading actual handwriting in Japanese? Yes, it will. Because most people aren't used to having to read handwriting, right? Learners are only reading books, or they're only watching TV or whatever. But the first time you have to read handwriting in Japanese, if you know the stroke order, it's going to make your life easier. If you don't, you're probably not going to be able to read it at all. So, do you have to learn it? No. Is it helpful? Yes. Is it just a flex? No. Will it be a sweet flex when a Japanese person sees you do the correct stroke order? Absolutely. People are always really, really happy to see that you've put in the effort to actually try to learn it. Here in Japan, I've found that if you can write in like something correctly, people trust you more. If you can write nice kanji, people trust you more. People actually, they think more highly of you. So is that a flex? Yes. But will it make your life easier? Also yes. Yuki has beautiful handwriting, and she gets complimented on it all the time. And when that happens, you can actually tell the way people treat her improves. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, that's a whole nother political question, but it is a fact that is the case. Handwriting is considered extremely important here, and people who 100% foreign learners, mostly American, who come in and you'll hear it all the time. That oh, it's not important. Nobody cares about it. Even Japanese people can't do it. It's not true. It is actually a very big part of the culture. Kanji is a very big part of the culture, and you will be appreciated if you actually make an effort to do it properly. Do you have to? If you're just going to watch anime forever and that's the only reason you actually want to learn it, you never plan on coming to Japan, you never want to live here, is it a big deal? No. Is it useful? I think it's super useful. So that's my, we'll clip that out. Imagine animated Peppa Pig. That'd be funny. Arigatou gozaimasu. Happy to help. So yeah, I think it's useful and important.
そうね。綺麗に書いた方が得することがあるかもしれない。
Yeah, if you can write nicely, there's many benefits you'll have in your life here in Japan. Lots of them. Thank you so much, More Blessing. I appreciate that. Thank you. Hit that heart button. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Definitely going to be getting a new whiteboard. So yeah, there are more benefits to learning how to write stroke order than there are for just ignoring it because it's a little bit difficult. Like it's not even that hard. So making the effort to try. There's more benefits you'll get than there are, like, it's worth the benefits you'll get from it. Okay, with that said, we've just done kuru. So let's go ahead and I think so. So let's go ahead and have Yuki write kuru on our worksheet.
ありがとうございます。もうビートブレッシングさんありがとうございます。
Thank you so much.
ね、じゃあ頑張るか。
Over there.
はい、失礼しました。
いえ。
ペッパーピーグ書いてる場合じゃない。
全然いいよ。
はい。
I do remember that. And I remember taking it to heart and working on my signature quite a bit. When someone says that, Shadowed Sun, I immediately unfollow them.
ちょっと曲がっちゃった。いやでも縦線曲がってしまっています。はい、どうでしょうか。
The people who say you don't need to learn kanji are the people who are too lazy to learn kanji. And they just want an excuse not to.
Hi.
Okay, I should be focused. It's a bit too fat there.
大丈夫です。
That was not a good thing, but that's okay. That was the worst kuru I've ever written in my life.
もう一個大きく書いてみたらどうですか。
そうだね。
はいはいはい。いい感じ。
Okay, okay.
大きい方が
Is it okay if the handwriting is bad as long as the stroke order is correct? Lots of people have bad handwriting. I have bad handwriting, as you can see. The more you practice, the better it will get. So, yeah, get the stroke order right when you're writing. And even if your handwriting is bad, it'll make it easier for people to understand your handwriting if the stroke order is correct. Because, like I said, for the number 2, it doesn't really matter that much. But when you're doing more complicated kanji, the stroke order will make a difference in what it looks like. And if your handwriting is bad, it's even more important to get the stroke order correct, because then at least people will be able to like figure out what it was. Okay. Should I do it one more time? No, actually the next two words have this kanji in it, so I'll get a chance to practice it.
アンディさん、
ありがとうございます。コナキンさん、ありがとうございます。
あ
アンディ様とユキ様。I've already
いや、もう
learned so much in the
こち
past
ら
few
こそ
months.
ありがとう。
This has been an amazing experience. Excited to learn more from you both. Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you. はい
この普通のペンだと、
はい
起きないんですけど、
うん
このカリグラフィーペンだと、この
うん
ブラッシュペンだと、このさ、
は
例えばここを太く書いて、ここは超細くなっちゃうとかがあるじゃないですか。だけど、そういうのは一応 OK なのね。
そうだね
気にしなくて大丈夫で、最後に例えばね、この
うん
最後のできた時の漢字のバランスの方が大事だから、
So what she's saying is that sometimes when you're writing with a regular brush pen, things will look bigger or thinner and things like that. With a regular pen, that doesn't happen. So it's not such an important thing to pay attention to right away. What's more important to pay attention to is the balance of the actual parts.
そうそう。だからそんなに気にしなくても大丈夫です。バイバイペッパーピグ。まあ私の。
ペッパーピグトキニ。そうだね。
トキニピグ。
トキニピグ。All right, let's see what our next word is going to be. 今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。
1年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。
じゃあ私の家に来る？
行かない。
じゃあ来月は来る？
行かない。All right. The next sentence is
はい。
じゃあ
じゃあ来月は来る？
行かない。
この
That's our next sentence.
から
来
始めな
月。
から始めなきゃいけなかったね。
まあ、それは前回やったよ。All right, so I get a chance to get some revenge on
はい。
kuru, which in this word is 来月, which is next month, the coming month. Since that kanji means to come, we have to come month, coming month. 来月. Let's give that a shot. It's a bit too up.
すっごい上手。
Yeah, that one was good.
すごい。
よし
私これより上手に書ける自信ないかも。
Got that one good. Okay. で、来月。
はい、来月です。いい。
A little bit more over here, but no, not so bad. But that one's good.
はい。
Yay!
とっても上手に書けてます。
ありがとうございます。
いいですね。じゃあ私も書きます。
Shadowed Sun, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, I can't hit a heart. There's no heart button for me to hit on that one for some reason. See you later, Amanune. Thanks for hanging out. Sleep well. Your month is way better than mine. Month is definitely better. Arigato, Shadowed Sun. Thank you so much.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます. Appreciate that. Definitely a new whiteboard coming next time. All right. So mine was good, but Yuki's is also good and was written much faster. So that shows how much practice I need. I freeloaded through enough many live streams about the time I send you. I don't know. Thank you so much.
あ
Appreciate
りが
that.
とうございます。
Thank you. All right. Got to work on my month.
はい。
Got to work on my month, but that's not the main kanji in this word, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and get out our worksheet. This is where it gets harder. 来月。
はい。
だよね。
そう、来月です。
来月。
で、来るも書きます。
来る。おー、double come kanji.
はい。
More chances to practice. じゃあ、来月は来る？行かない。え？ Will you come next month? No, I will not go. Why?
はい。どうでしょうか。
Really nice looking.
ちょっと最初のクールは結構大きく書いちゃったね。
そうだね。The space in between was quite. Alright, let's see how I can get this one. 来月。
いいよ。
Last stroke's a little messy,
で
but
もさっきの最初の来るよりかは結構上手になっていると思います。
that is true. If we look at the other one, it's much better than that. Ma.
いいよ。全然悪くないです。
I'm forgetting to breathe. My hand is trembling for some reason. Ah.
いいよ。結構いいと思うんだ
For
けど。
some reason it got super fat. But I guess the balance isn't so bad. All right, I'll get one more chance at this. One more chance at this in the next word.
はい。
What happens if I write it a little bit faster? Nah, it still gets too fat there, eh?
いや、大丈夫です。
The entry there was poor, eh?
そうね。そこはね。
I'll get there. All right. One more chance.
ちょっとティップで言うと、
Tips.
ここに
I like tips.
ここのホワイトボードで書くね。
I'm definitely planning on that morbid blessing. Already in my mind. I feel like it's got to be clipped as a separate video.
来るって、
はい、
ちょっとこのさ、最初のところ、この部分が難しいじゃないですか、ちょっとだけ。で、このうまくこの間に入れたいんだけど、ここをちょんとして、これがちょっとなんていうの、スラッシュっていうか横の方にスラッシュして、ここがチッチッチッチッチッチッチに伸びてきたところにもう一本そうスタートする。
チチチチチ is the main tip here.
そうそう、チチチチチがそう横にスラッシュの方がバランスが取りやすいかも。ここが広くなりやすい。
When I'm writing on the whiteboard, I don't have a problem with that for some reason. With this pen,
そうですね。
It gets all fat. I'll try and use that advice for the next one. I just realized that Shadowed Sun it says here on the YouTube, it says, let's celebrate their 10th super on a live stream. Thank you so much. 10 times.
ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。Okay, that makes sense why the two dots look different from each other in handwriting, and second leads to the wide branch. Yeah, that makes total sense. I just realized Yuki has on the headphones and I don't.
本当だ。
That's okay. All right, so our next word is, let's go ahead and see. 今からテレビを見る。
おー、今月のテレビは面白い？
いいえ。今年は面白いテレビがない。
1年に面白いテレビが時々あるよ。
ないよ。
じゃあ私の家に来る？
行かない。
じゃあ来月は来る？
行かない。テレビで忙しい。来年も行かないよ。All right. So our very last sentence here is テレビで 忙しい。
来年も行かないよ。
来年も行かないよ。
ね
Alright, so the two hardest kanji for today,
はい。
which no, I'm never good enough for me, that's for sure. Yep, the two most difficult kanji from today in one word. 来年、来年。
はい。
Alright, here we go.
いいですね。いい。かなりバランスよくかけています。いい感じ。
Always a little bit over to here, but yeah. I'm pretty happy with that.
いい感じです。じゃあ私も書いていくね。アンディ結構上手だから直すところがそんなにない。
I'm happy with that. It's much easier to write on the whiteboard these days. Obviously, Yuki's straight line up and down is much straighter. Whew. Beautiful.
ちょっと斜めっちゃった。
A little bit, ね。
だけど、その私のさっき言ったんですけど、ここの縦のラインは2個とも続くように。
Unlike mine, which is still very good. Okay, sweet. So the final page of our worksheet. Let's go ahead and see what Yuki's got for us.
はい。
そう。
大事です。大事。
はい。テレビで忙しい。来年も行かないよ。
はい。
来年。Pitch accent goes up, 来年も行かないよ。It's almost time for the quiz, everyone. I hope you've been paying attention to the words we've learned today, because they're all going to show up. Ooh. Making good use of that whole box. Beautiful.
はい。
All right.
どうでしょう。
かなりいい感じですね。
ありがとう
Fast forward your videos, guys. Yeah, make sure to hit the fast forward button on YouTube so you can get caught up to our time right now. And also hit the live button.
このもう今日の分の
She's got her cards right there.
カードありますんで。
All right, but before that, I've got to get this 来年 done.
はい。いいです。いいです。
まあまあ。
かなりいい感じです。
way better than the old ones.
はい。とってもいい感じ。
That wasn't so bad. All right.
いいじゃん。
I'm pretty happy with that.
すごい。急激なインプルーブです。
All right. Let's look at the very first kuru versus
す
and
ごい
nen.
上手に書けてる。
Is
最
this the
初の
first
や
one?
つ。うん。
This is the first one?
あっちが最初
Oh,
の
this is
や
the...
つ。
right. This is the first kuru.
はい。いや、
Yeah.
いいと思うんですよ。
The
こ
new
の
one's better.
さっきのチップをやってくれたね。この
I tried it.
このチョンから木の一番長い位置が
My
つな
first
がるよう
year.
に。はい。
This one's also much better.
うん。
All right.
いいですね。
Little improvements, guys. I'll take every win I can get. All right.
はい。
I hope you guys learned a little something from this, and I hope you remember most of our words because we are about to do the quiz. Let's zoom in on these bad boys.
はいはいはい。
Let's get our pictures over to here so that you can't actually see them when we pull them.
このバッ
And
ドボーイズが。
what? I'm going to go ahead and mix these up. I don't remember, says Formal Noah. That's okay. You can learn as we go or copy the other people. Won't get you first place, but it'll get you into the quiz.
Hi.
Your first one is... I just dropped all of them. ごめんなさい. So you want to give us the reading of this word, how to read it.
This month.
Let's see who's caught up.
This month
Doesn't look like
ですね。
everyone's caught up just yet. There we go. We've got... that's close. Morbid Blessing. It does kind of look like that. But Kona King is in first place. Affinity super close. Yuri1217 says, Andy 先生、どうやって日本語がそんなに上手ですか？まあ、もう12年間ぐらい一生懸命勉強しています。それしか。
そうだね。
それですね。
まあ、あとはユキに厳しく怒られてるよね。
そう、ユキにも厳しく怒られていただいています。
最初は黙ってたんですけど。
そう、もうここで教えることになった時点でユキは厳しく教えてくれます。くれるようになりました。ありがとうございます。
どういたしまして。
Kona King is in first place with ちょ
っと待って。
No, that's actually wrong.
ちょっと待ってね。
Nope, nothing yet. Nobody's got it yet.
はい、
Finity 2010 there down in the at 11:12 a.m. got there is the only right one so far. Ian Burton, welcome to the stream. I think you were here earlier actually, but you're in second place. So only 2 people have got it so far. You've got everyone's got the first part wrong. There we go. 5-toed sloth. Morbid Blessing is in third place with 5-toed sloth bear in fourth. Yeah. So
難しいよね、これは。
Everyone's got that right? No problems there. This is not gatsu. It's get.
はい。
There we go. Montana Margo is in 5th place. そうですね, says Kona King. They probably think it's the same as the name of the month. Of course, that's normal. Alex gets there in 6th place as well. So close. 今月 instead of 今月. I got my little fonty ko there.
そうだね。
Even though Yuki taught me the more calligraphy ko, I still prefer the fonty ko. I really like that. Yuri-san, yes. 月 今月ぐらいの。
さんも OK。
Very good. 7th place there.
そう、ちょっとね、難しいよね。この、なんていうの？この前に漢字が来るとき、この今月とか、さっき最後にやった来月のこの漢字プラスこの月は月のような気がするよね、これが。
There's already one exception to that though, Yuki.
嘘、マジで？もうやめるか。
何月ね。何月。
やめるか。
そう。残念だね。
何月やなやつだな。
So there's our first one. Let's go ahead and get Yuki to pull out our next word.
でもナンバーと月は月ですね。
はい。
はい。ね、何だよね、ほんと。やだね。
1月とか1月、2月、3月、4月。For the months, it's 月。For everything else. Yes, that's correct.
Except 何 is 月かな。はい。
Our next word is this one.
ちょっと近いですね、この。
Move that one up top.
うん。
難しい says Holy.
ほんと
They
難
are
し
difficult.
い。あ、こっちはみんな大丈夫そうだ。
Alex is correct. First place. Welcome to the stream. Phantom Visgod in second. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in third. Morbid Blessing in fourth. Konnichiwa Kabuki-san.
こんにち
Kona King in
は。
fifth. Affinity not quite. Ian Burton in sixth. Montana Margot in almost. I think you got the second one wrong there. Aquaphobe, welcome to the stream in seventh.
Hi.
Dirk Schwartz in eighth. Not quite. That's next year, Greggles. Been following for a bit. Thank you. I'm glad. I hope you've been finding it helpful. Yuri-san is in ninth. Affinity not quite. Still not quite.
惜しい。
Not
Affinity
quite.
okay,
This is a
Affinity
very
okay.
special. This is one of the main reasons I recommend learning words instead of readings for each kanji because you can never be quite sure. Greggles is in 10th place with Montana Margot in 11th. 簡単すぎます。そうだよね。Finity はどこ? There you go. Finity is there. Okay, so 10th. Greggles 11th. Montana Margot 12th. And hello from Austin, Texas. Yes, so that is Kotoshi. And it's not...
ようこそ。
Yeah.
うん。
Kotoshi.
はい。
The whole word as a whole, right? 今年。
そう、本当はね、今年とかね。
今年って言いたいよね。言いたいけど、No.
そう、特別な。
ユタ、いいね。
おー。
Alright, this one should be easy. Maybe not though. Give us the whole word, eh?
はい。
Boop, boop.
ふむふむふむ。
Phantom Viz got in first with Holy in second. Mr. Anime Alex in third. Alex in fourth. Ian Burton in fifth. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in sixth. Kona King in seventh. Adrian, welcome to the stream, in eighth. Aquaphobe in ninth. Morbid Blessing in 10th. Montana Margot in 11th. Finity in 12th. Kabuki-san, it says Taco. Dirk Schwartz is in 13th. Yudi in 14th. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in 15th. And Greggles in 16th. Dang, people are fast, says Finity. They are. All right. People have woken up. Everyone's awake.
みんないきなり本気出すよね。
Everyone's awake now. Very good job. Hello from Canada. You are a goat, brother. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Yeah. These are the words we've covered so far, just to give you an idea of what's coming up next.
はい、いきますよ。
All right. This has me convinced Andy could be a horse race announcer. Maybe. This is good practice.
はい、いきますよ。
みんな上手ですね。
じゃじゃん。
Oh, all right. I'll give you a hint. It is not kom. It is not kom.
きた。
But Kona King is in first with Alex in second.
Hi.
Ian Burton in third. Holy in fourth. Adrian de Santanac in fifth. Sorry if I butchered that. Phantom Visgod in sixth. Anime Alex in Mr. Anime Alex in seventh. Montana Margot in eighth. Dirk Schwartz in ninth. Morbid Blessing in 10th. Finity in 11th. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in 12th. Greggles in 13th. Aquaphobe in 14th. Yudi in 15th. My horse's name is I know Jack Kennedy, and you, sir, are no Jack Kennedy. No worries. Very good job, guys.
何それ。名前長いよ。
長いね. I hope it wins. I'm putting all my money on I know Jack Kennedy, and you, sir, are not Jack Kennedy. Are no Jack Kennedy. All right, we've got some interesting words. I'll throw a sort of difficult one out and then an easy one maybe.
はい。
What do we got?
Kennedy
And you,
and
sir.
You, sir.
I know Jack Kennedy. Hey. Alex is in first with Kona King in second. Phantom Visgod in third. Ian, that is correct. Burton in third. Five-Toed Sloth Bear in fourth. I forgot to hit the in twice, but Yudi will give it to you in fifth. Chinchilla is not correct, but Finity is there in sixth. Adrian in seventh. Morbid Blessing in eighth. Montana Margot in ninth. Dirk Schwartz in 10th. Aquaphobe in 11th. And Greggles in 12th place. Very good job. All right, we'll show you the kanji we've covered so far. Oh, Aquaphobe. You're good. Oh, I think you were already up there, no? Okay, no, I guess that's 13th. No, that's 11th. Okay, and Greggles and Aquaphobes are popping up again. Here's the words we've covered so far. We've got 今月, 今年, 来る, 今, 今, and 来年.
Hi.
Hello from Kansas. I just watched your Quartet Lesson 6 Part 2 vid today. Your grammar explanations are always a godsend. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
I'm glad to hear that.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you, Phantom Vizgod. I'm glad you're finding those helpful. Internet bro
あと
moment.
2 レフトです
Just
よ。
2 left ね。
どっちにしようかな。はい。
Hi. Could you give me that for a second? Hi. Let's see what we've got. Ian is in first with Yuri in second, Phantom Vizgod in third, Kona King in fourth, Alex in fifth, Izengo, oh, welcome back, you've been here, I guess, in sixth, Five Toed Sloth Bear in seventh, Adrian in eighth, Dirk in ninth, Montana Margo in 10th with Alex in 11th, Morbid Blessing in 12th, Get in My Belly with Greggles in 13th place. Very good.
いいですね。
Finity is there in 14th as well. Excellent job. All right, let's push that up.
はい。
So the words we've covered so far are 今月、今年、来る、今、来年、1年. All right, let's see what's next. Technically, isn't kanji pronounced in onyomi supposed to be written in katakana? Nope. Only the kunyomi in hiragana. I mean, no. Not as furigana. If you're writing the furigana, then it's always hiragana. Furigana is always in hiragana. Now, if you're writing it in a dictionary, the onyomi is generally going to be written in katakana, the dictionary, eh? Montana Margo is jumping the gun there. You are correct on what the final one is, but
今月だから間違えてるよ。
じゃじゃーんアンディ先生はどこに住んでいますか？私たちは長野市に住んでいます。ブブ。
みんな
Yeah! Kona King is in first place with Zenga in second, Yuri in third, Phantom Vizgod in fourth. I don't know what's up with my internet right now. Gets Alex in fifth, Adrian in sixth, Five Toed Sloth Bear in seventh, Morbid Blessing in eighth, Kabuki-san, I know the ta... okay. Aquaphobe in ninth and Greggles in 10th place. Okay, sorry for getting a little tricky there, guys. Finity-san gets there in 11th as well.
Ian Burt-san gets 12.
Gets Yobi, that is correct. Montana Margo in 13th and Five Toed Sloth Bear in 15th. Nice job. Okay, let's see. Are we gonna get... You did win. Are we going to get our final word for today, or is it going to be a random one? Let's find out. We'll leave it up to Yuki to decide. Is yo an N for kanji? It is indeed. It is indeed. That's why we use hiragana. Tough one. Tough one. I was mentioning this one earlier.
これ今日出たね。
Hi! Holy is in first with Kona King in 7th. Not quite. Izenga is in 3rd. Alex in 4th. Yuri in 5th. Aquaphobe in 6th. Dirk in 7th, Mr. Anime Alex in 8th, Ian Burton in, not quite, Phantom Vizgod in 9th, Morbid Blessing in 10th, Adrian in 11th, Yuri in 12th, Montana Margo in 13th, Greggles in 4th, Ian in 15th, Finity in 16th place, Knights Who Say Ni in 17th. No, that's 17th.
Knights Who Say
Ni, yeah, that is correct, in 18th place. Very good job, all right.
Hi.
A shrubbery. I'm channeling panelists from Match Game 73. Nonde kudasai. Nanika ne? Hey, this is the word. Don't give us the reading. Give us the word.
Oh.
Maybe we'll get the final word here. Wate?
Wate?
Kona King is in first with Izenga in second. They always make some silly content before they... All right. Five Toed Sloth Bear is in 3rd, with Ian in 4th, Aquaphobe in 5th, Morbid Blessing in 6th, Greggles in 7th, Shadow Sun in 8th, Montana Margo in, that is, you got it, in 9th, Adrian in 10th, Dirk in 11th. That is the meaning indeed. That is the kanji. Montana Margo, that is correct. Phantom Biz in 12th. Very good. You said to give the word. I mean the word, like, not the reading. The word is mizu, not the meaning. The word. Finity, there you go. 13th place.
Hi.
Is it going to be our real word, or is Yuki going to choose a random one? Let's find out. Oh, it's the real one. It's the real final word. I thought that's what you meant. No worries. It's fine. You were correct both ways. I don't know any kanji. I want a participation trophy. We only give out bananas here. Bananas are the participation trophy. Here you go. I'll give you some bananas. All right, hold on. I can't find who's first. Hi, Kona King is in first with Azenga in second. Phantom Viz got in third. Five to the South Bear in fourth. Dirk in fifth. Morbid Blessing in sixth. We got it right. Ian in seventh. Adrian in eighth. Greggles in ninth. Finity in. Spelling is a little bit off, but it's correct. There's just a typo. 10th place. And Montana Margot. Super close. Not guts, but what is the meaning of F? F is F in chat is when someone had a sad experience or you feel bad for them or something. You hit F. And that is because in a game, I think it was Call of Duty or something, when one of the members of your team passed away or something, in one of the stories, you had to hit F to pay your respects. You hit the F button on your keyboard to pay respects, and that's where that meme comes from. I think that's what the F is, and that's an F made out of bananas. That's what that that member stamp is.
For the win,
that is correct, Montana Margot. Not for the win. No, F to pay respects. Yes. You're at a funeral and you press F to pay respects. X to doubt. Yes, indeed. So that's where we had a competition for emoji for the YouTube channel many years ago. And these are the ones that members of the Discord created for us. This one over here says Nattoku, I understand. There's an Ando-san, saying no. Yuki with a crown of bananas, os, which is like hello, and an F to pay your respects, and then an Ando-san regular emoji. We should make more. I think we're allowed to have more now on YouTube. Omoshiroi emoji. We should definitely make more. You used to only be able to have 5 or 6, but I think we can have more now. So anyway, guys, great job. These are the words that you guys were able to do on the quiz today. 今月、今年、来る、今、来年、1年、来月、来月。How do you say 今年? 今年。The pitch accent.
今年。
Oh, okay, I was right. 今年。Quick, give the reading of 悪魔。
デブですね。
悪魔ね。はい。Great job, guys. I won banana. Everyone else lost. Bananas for everyone. Everyone gets bananas.
Hi.
It's been a while since we did the banana meme.
バナナはポタシアムがよく入っているということなんで。ポタシアムが。
There should be enough for everyone there, eh? Hi. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out today. I hope you learned a little something. Might get a clip or two popped out of this one and into special videos on their own later in the week. Especially the one of me complaining about kanji haters. This is like that ninja group from the recent Zelda games. Oh, right. Yeah. What are they called? I remember those guys. They're always carrying bananas. I think they took that as a meme from us. They must have been watching ToKini Andy. Gee, a little bit late. That's too bad, but thanks for stopping by.
ブレンダー
何どこ
ブレンダー
Burn. I think my message got eaten by the automod, but I hope you see it later, Andy. I don't see the automod message, but if you pop it in Discord, maybe. I didn't see your message, no. It might have gotten eaten by automod. That is correct. We only have top chat open. I wonder if I do live chat, if we'll get more messages. Alex. Yeah, no, I think YouTube might have blocked your message for some reason. I don't know why.
どこ
Night.
いつなんで
I hate kanji, but I like Japanese. I hear ya. 大好き. It still blows my mind that emoji is Japanese and not derived from emoticon. It is funny, isn't it? Emoji. Emoji. It's pretty funny. Hasta la bye-bye.
はい、ハスタラビスタ
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hanging out today.
は
Let's move Yuki over here a little bit more. Get her in focus. Our chair's legs are bumping into each other.
はい
I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Next week, we will be releasing Lesson 6 as a premiere here on the channel. And then the week after that, we'll be doing a live stream just like this one for Lesson 6. Lesson 8, up to Lesson 8, is already available on the website if you are a member of ToKiniAndy.com. If you would like to, if you are a member, make sure to check out the new background for your smartphone, which we'll be releasing as soon as we're done with this live stream. Yuki will be popping that up. This is what her and her friend made. It's based on our manga series that has nearly 50 episodes released as well on the website about Mameimo and Imosuke and their friends.
まあ、時に豆芋っていうのがオフィシャルな漫画なんですけど、漫画ネームなんですけど。
Official name of the manga. But this is a background you can use for your phone. So, bye-bye until next week, says Mr. Anime Alex. Thank you, otsukare-sama deshita. Fandom Bizga, thanks for the fun. As always, thank you so much for all that you do. This service has been absolutely life-changing. I've seen the growth in everyone here over the last year and also in myself. Thank you so much, more blessing, and thank you so much, everyone, for the super chats. That's very, very appreciated and will definitely lead to a new whiteboard. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. Bonus gave the reading of Oishii. Oishii.
ね。
ありがとうございます。Jean Philip Golette. Thank you for hanging out. All right.
ありがとうございます。あと今日はスーパーチャットくれた皆さんもありがとうございました。
ありがとうございます。Thank you very much.
ね、新しいホワイトボードになる予定です。
なる予定です。はい、じゃあ、as always, it's time for us to say our goodbyes. I hope you have a wonderful week or 2 weeks. I see. Sorry, Infinity. And we'll see you in the next one.
はい。ね。大丈夫みんなのちょっと。
大丈夫今のところ。
してない？はい、OK。
はい、じゃあ、せーの。また次のビデオで会いましょうね。はい、バイバイ。See you everyone.
また来週。
また来週。